My prayers at the feet of Lord Daji, whose feet are radiating those vibrations. With the help of those vibrations, with the realization of those vibrations, we can materialize his dreams for the Kanaha Project to be successful on earth, and various other projects need to be done in the future. My Lord, I would like to share some thoughts which has been coming into my mind, and Lord, you are the source of all these thoughts, because I feel these thoughts are not mine. So I'm surrendering all these thoughts at your feet. And Lord, आपको याद होगा जब इससे पहले बाबूजी महाराज के बर्थ सेनेटरी पे चारी जी महाराज ने एक बहुत बड़ा आश्रम चेन्नई में बनवाया था, तो बहुत लोगों ने कोऑपरेट किया था, एंड एवरी पर्सन became an instrument. Some were the instrument for the financial help, support, some at physical level, some were architect, and they were pursuing their dreams. And there was one brother, I know him personally, and he used to take sitting from the preceptors, and in the sittings he used to get the measurement and dimensions, and those dimension measurement he used to give to the architecture and the person concerned who used to construct, involved in the construction. Similar way, the Kanaha Project is a prototype of your dreams, another dream, and of course, Lord, and there are some thoughts which has been coming to my mind. Every person can do a lot. Lord, we spend a lot, and if we sacrifice our senses, desires of senses, pleasure of senses, we can all contribute a lot. For instance, when we go to the ashram, if we do the carpool, or if we go by bus, we can save the petrol expenses. If we just think that today I will go to the ashram not by the car but by the bus, and the amount I will be saving for the petrol, I should save it for my master, for his dreams to come true. When I think about having a pizza comes around, if a family goes for his pizza, it will not be cost less than 400 rupees or 500 rupees per family. So whenever I go for a pizza, if I get a thought, let me save this money for my master to realize his dreams. If I take a rickshaw and the distance is hardly 2 kilometers, if I get a thought, if I walk for 2 kilometers with this remembrance, that money can be saved for his dreams. It may be 20 rupees or 10 rupees, but if I can save you 10 rupees in his remembrance, it will be a token of gratitude. My soul will be delighted, my soul will be connected with him. Not only that, if I use 50 rupees for mobile data, if I plan to charge my mobile for 50 rupees because I want to use YouTube, I want to watch video, if at the same time I get the thought that let me save this money, 50 rupees, at least that money and the enjoyment which I may get from YouTube, it may be replaced by his bliss, by his peace. Whenever the families goes for pani puri, or chaat or tikki, if the thoughts come in our head, we have to, our father is thinking about constructing a lot of ashrams all over the world. Let me join hands with me, because my incarnated body, if it can become an instrument, divine instrument for his, in his service, my body will be blessed. And if I go to office, if I ask my wife, please prepare lunch for me, because household house-made food is very cheap compared to the food we purchase from outside. It will be expensive. Normal thali in metro cities will not cost than less 100 rupees, less than 100 rupees. And if I take homemade food, even in breakfast, even lunch or dinner, we can save a lot of money. These are small expenses. Not only that, summers are coming, and last year I didn't use AC, but before the last year I remember I spent nearly 30,000 rupees per annum for ACs, for using AC in the house. And if we substitute AC with coolers, but these thoughts of substitution can come only by His grace, if we allow these thoughts to come into our heart, to come into our head. And blessed are those people who get these thoughts, and merciful are those sisters and brothers, have lot of mercy on them if they get these thoughts, and if they are able to execute these thoughts. Of course, it will not be easy for a person to sleep in a fan, compare sleeping under AC. But if we have these thoughts, there are millions of people, they don't have even a fan and they can sleep peacefully, they can sleep in very deep. So these small thoughts are bothering me. Even a movie, if I go for a movie, it will cost 200 rupees. So on average we can save a lot of money. And dish TV, minimum expenses per dish TV or Tata Sky, it will cost minimum 100 rupees per month, minimum 100 rupees. And if you use set-top box, so you have to charge 100 rupees, minimum 100 rupees. And we have millions of Bihasis, millions of people all over the world. These are small thoughts. Every penny we spend, every rupee we spend, we want to spend. And parallelly, the idea, these are parallel thoughts. Our body wants to spend money. At the same time, these thoughts are flooded in my head, my heart. Let me think about my master. Let me think about his dreams. These are small things, And I remember in my school days when I preparing for IIT, we didn't have much money, to go for tuitions, for maths tuitions. I remember in those days where I requested my maths class teacher that I cannot afford much, but he refused. Small things. Lot of students are there, and like class 11th, class 12th, enormous fees is being paid as a tuition fees. Akash is charging around 1 lakh rupees per annum for IIT, for medical. And I'm not saying that you should not go for tuition, but when you think about master, that I have to spend this much money on the tuitions, can master give the same capacity? The answer comes from the heart. The master, master can guide us from the heart, that master, this is your money, let me use this money in your welfare, in your dreams come to true. And I feel that Swami Vivekananda used to say that in India mother is the head of the household, and in West, wife is the head of the household. So I mean to say that if all the women become mothers, and if all the women becomes mothers, and when they start getting dreams of Daji in their heart, their Daji dreams of materializing his plans on earth. If we start thinking that what is the next ashram Dadi ji had in his mind about after Kanaha project, what are the other project he has in his mind, what is the future project. So like like we had a lunch, and in the dinner the wife asks the husband or asks the family member, what do you want to have for dinner? In the same case, we should ask our heart, Lord, what is the next dream you have in our heart? Please disclose your dream in front of us, so that we can cooperate with you, and we can start saving our resources. We can preserve our senses, to use our senses to fulfill your dreams on earth, rather than using these infinite resources which is available to us: internet, mobile data, money, going to mall, all these things. I'm not saying that you should not go for a mall, but just imagine the pleasure, the enjoyment we have spending money for our physical comfort, for our bodily comfort, for our bodily happiness. And if this happiness is substituted by the dreams, your dreams on earth, thinking about that you are building this ashram not for yourself, but for the lot of suffering humanity, so that those people who suffer, who cannot even meditate, who cannot think about meditation, they are suffering so much. They are living in a very abusive environment. They cannot even think about God. They don't have a food. They suffer from cold, they suffer from heat, and they cannot even think about God. They are living in a so much uncomfortable environment. They cannot even think about God. They are so much under pressure, and Daji is building, you are building these ashrams so that the radiation from these ashrams can spread all over the earth, all over the universe, and for the future humanity. These radiations which are emitting from each and ashram worldwide is beyond time and beyond space. Lord, help us to realize your dreams, and please help me to realize your dreams on earth, and whatever the resources I have, let me conserve these resources for your sake to fulfill your dreams on earth. Lord, please grant this prayer on earth. Please forgive us. We are human beings, we make mistakes, and we have animal tendencies. Lord, please help us to become human beings. Help us to participate, to fulfill your dreams on earth, and please always keep us at your feet. Thank you. Please